Hi, I'm Fantastic Jack from alternative poet rock band Mickey's Girl from the south of England in Eastbourne. The band, the name of the band came from Juliette Lewis's character in my favourite film of the time, Natural Born Killers. When I first saw that film, nothing fucking blew my head off like that. She was vulgar and disgusting and beautiful and outspoken and all these things I thought would just be an amazing metaphor to use for the sort of music I had in mind. That was until another band came out called Mallory Knox, so it's not as unique now, but that's where it came from. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. Let's clear a couple of things up. I remember one time someone missed a point, someone on Facebook, an ex-girlfriend of mine said, "Oh, you're not so fantastic after all," and got a huge number of likes, and that's sort of missing the point. It's nothing to do with chutzpah or arrogance. I used to, I'm very candid about how much I used to drink, the state of my life, and I was a bit fucked up in my early days. So I used the name Fantastic Jack as a fuck you to sort of the enemies and people I'd pissed off. I thought it was funny at the time, and then it sort of stuck. I kept it for a while. I liked working under a pseudonym because I've got a very different job. I work very, very differently privately, and the name is sort of a testament to it's a sort of character I can build up, something that I can really disassociate myself with. This outspoken and this poetic, I don't know, slightly eccentric guy. That's sort of the Fantastic Jack model, whereas the other self's working hard, doing different things. What's the sound of the band? Poet rock, man. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I really try hard to stay clear of genres if I can, but you know, most people just want me to sum it up in a nice little soundbite. I really don't know. It's got its roots in alternative rock. There's hip hop in there. There's a lot of heavy, there's a lot of melodic stuff. I don't know. I really abhor the title of alternative rock, but that is the very closest I can get to it. That's why I'm sort of playing around with creating my own genre, which started as poet rock, but then I don't think that's very fair to it. So I think it remains a bit of a mystery. What influences the band? I do. No. As what influences me? I guess when I started out playing guitar, it was solely down to the Manic Street Preachers. There wasn't another band I listened to for a good 2 years. I'd never heard anything like it. I think everyone's got that one band that they remember and are responsible for getting them to where they are, and that was absolutely it. It wasn't just the music; it was the style and the attitude and the manifestos they come up with and poetry they come up with. It was just fucking insane. They had an agenda no one else did. Stuff that's got bite after that. I listened to a lot of Faith No More, I listened to Rachel Stamp, Therapy, The Wild Hearts, anything that really fucking grabbed me, and there's fewer than there are many. Yeah, musically that's definitely it. And then we get into the writing side is very similar, like poets that are really quite ruthless in what they write. Sylvia Plath, Allen Ginsberg, I'm a big fan of. The same guy, William Peter Blatty, who did The Exorcist. So there's many different mediums that anything that's got teeth to it inspires me. What my song's about? I really when I started writing, I never ever wanted to write anything that was so generic. I used to get almost inspired to write songs when I'd see bands out there just singing about nothing, or I'd hear people talk about the songs were just, yeah, the lyrics came last and they were just redundant words. And I worked very, very hard to put myself, to put meaning, to put things that need to be said into the words. On the upcoming album, there's the themes are mental health and alcoholism, which are really, really close to me. There's a lot of songs about humanism, atheism, religious debate, and just general. There's also songs that just fuse little lines that just come to me over the years, whether I be sober, whether I be fucked up, just so many influences. I mean, the record itself is pasted with quotes to try and get the same sense as well. It's a bit of a casserole of popular culture and inspiration, really. Writing process is really strange one. It's not as clear cut as I thought it would be. It's not me sitting down writing songs and lyrics or jamming with a band. It's never like that. It's ideas that flow through my head, things that are worth writing about. At the moment, there's a song I'm working on to do with the idea of self-acceptance, to do with the idea of being a slave to imagery and stuff like this. So there's a lot of things that buzz around my mind. I sit down with the words, I sort of pen parts of them through the week. The whole process can take months. I sit down, I probably do the music last, entwine more of the words, entwine more of the words along the way. It's a very fractured process, and it takes a long time. Once that's done, I'll demo it. I use Pro Tools, layer some guitars up, send it to the rest of the band, and they do what the fuck they want. That's basically it. I trust them all implicitly. I just give them a CD, and that's it. And they sound precisely. No, they don't sound like I intended. They sound better than I intended. Just sometimes, even one or two chords will just sound massive. They really do it justice. And that's all there is to it. Ultimate goal is to look. It's not the 1980s. I'm very aware of that. It's not being saturated with money. It's not living in mansions and fucking quitting day jobs and anything like that. It's credibility. It's not just playing for the sake of it. It's fine-tuned respect for what we're doing and the nuances that we've got to offer. I can't honestly say if that will result in quitting jobs, moving to the bigger cities, stuff like that. I don't know. It's a really erratic business, sort of music, and I couldn't honestly say what would be expected of me. All I know is I want to play bigger audiences and keep writing the music that I'm writing and not lose that purpose behind it. So the new record coming out, No Soap Radio. We recorded it over the space of really short time span, a couple of weekends up in M-Line Studios in just outside Canterbury in Whitstable. It actually did justice to the final sound. It's this really sort of contorted, impatient, raw fucking sound that sounds exactly like it was done over 4 days as well. It should be out 25th of July. We're doing a release gig. That's all going to be confirmed and stuff like that. And the title itself, No Soap Radio, it came from the first review when we recorded back a couple of years ago. We recorded a little EP that was done in even less time than the forthcoming album, and no fucking reviewed it. No sod really cared about it. In hindsight, it was a pretty diabolical effort, really. One of the reviewers, amongst many other derogatory terms, said the lyrics are nonsense. Basically, said 15-year-olds will love it, but no one else will, which is fair enough. I didn't care what you thought of the music. The lyrics being nonsense. I've got my own thoughts on that. I think we all did. And that's the title, No Soap Radio. You can look it up. It's an old schoolyard jape people do to wind up new kids at school. And it's just synonymous with being bollocks. No Soap Radio is a joke. It means nothing. And I thought that was a big two fingers up to the reviewer, who maybe quite rightly said that the album wasn't good, but the lyrics being bullshit. That's, I will contest that to the end. It's funny because the album is, I've always sort of said I was quite varied, and we're all eclectic and that, but in the truest sense of it, it probably isn't that eclectic when you listen to records like Ill Communication by the Beastie Boys, where it's just mind-blowing how many different elements they've got in it. So it's still under the alternative rock bracket, I suppose. There's a lot of different, you're looking at different time signatures, you're looking at a blend of melody and absolute violent vocals. So the track highlights for me. So basically they're all special to me for different reasons. I think the opening track, Science Friction, was probably the first song I wrote for Mickey's Girl. Sat down with an acoustic guitar in that sort of TerraVision, pretend best friend way. Just tried to crowbar as many vocals as I could into one line. It was written about a particular girl I knew who was very pushy with theology and stuff like this, and it was a complete fucking backlash, and it sounded exactly how I intended it. I sat there with an acoustic. Aside from that, Science Friction, the opener and the closer as well, dry. I think that's just a unguarded, transparent look at sobriety and how fucking horrible it really is. And just, I think how the vocals were layered, I think we produced something that I certainly didn't think we were capable of doing, just this layered harmony, beautiful, massive fucking chorus, the sort of thing that Denny will be responsible for, or yeah, it's almost a bit pop-tastic in a way, but it's probably the last track, Dry, that's my favourite. No, definitely not. When I started off, it was definitely to create this big fucking pantomime on stage, and everyone just dressed in ludicrous things, just anything to sort of rope people in to see us, see this explosive thing on stage. It's still something that that really excites me as a band called Anti-Product. I was quite into a few years ago, and they did exactly that, and better than you could ever imagine. They were quite great at it. And I guess part of me still wants to massage that a little bit. As for now, I'm quite excited by the idea that we're real fucking people, and that's that. I lost track of wanting to plaster us in makeup and leopard print and just everything that bands that I like have done, in lieu of people just being real and doing what the fuck they want. And yeah, it works out quite well. I think we've all got our little idiosyncrasies which make us what we are. Mickey's Girl have played, probably in this incarnation of Mickey's Girl, the five of us now are more active than we've ever been. I mean, I think Mickey's Girl were just finding their feet for a good couple of years, with different members coming in and different sounds and what we wanted to do and how we wanted to look and stuff like that. We do the gigs we get. We take everything we can get, as you'd imagine from any band that's starting out. We've done a couple of bigger profile gigs. We sort of got tarred with the 1970s punk brush, the tartan and leopard skin brush. Sported 999, sported, what's he called, Plain John, something like that. Plain John used to play in a band called The Boys, and they're big gigs, and we did go down fantastically well. At the moment, it very much is playing what's offered. There's no way about it. We'll do gigs that are asked. We'll play anywhere on the bill, stuff like that. You can't get around that. As soon as you get too arrogant for that, you shouldn't really be starting off a band anyway. But there's hopes to. There's hopes to tour as soon as the interest is there, or the opportunity, in fact. Yeah, I was in my last band. I was in Purple Bubble for a number of years. I think when I was 17, 18, I met Lee. I can't even remember how we met, drinking a hell of a lot of booze. We needed a bass player. I lied and said I could do it. Borrowed my brother's bass for 24 hours, and I was hired for some reason. It was a fucking nightmare. I mean, my memories of the early days were drinking until we couldn't drink anymore, getting in fights with each other, arguing, never having any equipment, never changing strings, just stuff like that, the classic stuff, being that fuck up who's, I always thought I'd be cool just for being a bit of a vagabond. It was not cool, and it actually makes me shudder to look back. Having said that, the songs were fantastic. Lee's a really, really good bloke, and we were really, really close back in the days. And scores of lineup changes happened. I think I was thrown out for one point. I was back in. I changed tact on guitar. I started Mickey's Girl towards the end of it. When I sobered up, it just wasn't what I wanted to do. It wasn't his lyrical themes, and God bless him, but we were singing from a different hymn sheet, and I couldn't actually do it anymore. For one reason or another, it just dissolved. I certainly wish him all the best. The band were fucking great. We just there's a lot going on sort of behind the scenes. We do one cover. We do an old Wild Hearts song, "Love Shit" off the first of the Wild Hearts. Just fantastic song about the fallacy of falling in love and writing songs about it. It's just absolutely brilliant. Current songs, modern songs, I really, I'm fucking stumped. I'm trying to think of. I don't know. The only ones I guess I would do is, you know, I've really got a soft spot for like this pop-tastic music and stuff. Anything that's got an amazing melody, I don't really give a fuck what it is. Absolutely stumped. I think the newest record by Faith No More, that's mainstream enough. They got a track on it by Superhero. Then again, I wouldn't really want to tackle anything Mike Patton's had his hands on. I wouldn't be able to ever do it justice. So I don't know if that record would be the closest I'd do, but I'm really fucking struggling with that one. The Eastbourne music scene, I'm not certain there really is one. In fact, I'm very certain there's not one. There's a couple of choice pubs you can go to if your promoters quite like you, if you know the people that own it and stuff like that. As far as there being a scene, I've never known of there to be one to speak of. It's just bands that play at certain places irregularly. There's nothing to say. There's no noticeable venues or notable venues. I think very occasionally we get the likes of, we had Dan Lassac, we had Itch from King Blues down here sometime last year. But that's really it. I don't think I've got much to say on that. The three that fucking stand out for me, I know there's probably a bit of nepotism here, and I'm very aware of that. Who would be Vice Like Grip, our drummers, other band are really quite something. I mean, it's sort of, I don't want to damn them by saying pop punk. I'm not sure what bracket it would come under. But I do remember the first time seeing them, for what they try and do, for what they write and what they come out with. I can't actually see how that could be topped, and it's always fucking shocked me that they aren't signed, which is, I still can't get my head around. It's shocked me even more that their drummer agreed to come and drum with us. So Vice Like Grip, certainly. Trevor's Head, the band from, reasonably locally, I suppose, Red Hill, does that count? They're fucking just awesome. We played with them over in Sticky Mike's in Brighton. They played before us, and it was the first time since doing Mickey's Go I was just like, nah, I can't get on that fucking stuff. I really, really can't do it. They were not only were they tight, they had this stoner rock sound, just akin to Caius, there was a Jesus Lizard in their early Queens of the Stone Age. It was fucking phenomenal. Vocals were spot on, almost borderlining on the prog side of things, just songs going on for ages. Fucking nice guys, yeah, can't speak highly enough of them. And the third band I'd have, which are probably, I don't know how well known they are. I've always thought they were fucking amazing, but I know there's sort of not everyone shares my view. Would be Sweet Johnny, who we've played with a few times. Their lead singer has this. He seems like he's not the ticket, and I hope he's, just the way he performs is fucking staggering. It's sort of almost got a bit of. Who's the guy out of? The guy who wore the big jackets from the 80s. I can't remember his name, but he just, his performance is fucking fantastic. He's into it 100%. They're weird, you don't know what to expect from them. They've got this sort of punk, forgotten 1980s weird rock side to them. They're fucking fantastic. If they don't get anywhere, then, it really will be an indictment of the music scene. But yeah, that's my three. I don't know. I always thought every time I was asked that question, I'd come out with this tirade of sort of flipping off to other bands and saying we've got something different to offer. I genuinely think if there's enough interest in the written word or that unguarded sense of talking about trauma, translating emotion to music, that sort of thing, and things that things that I certainly don't hear enough of in music, stuff really advocating the human condition, advocating the self. Humanism, atheism, things like this, but it's all done in quite a balanced way. It's none of this really aggressive stuff that says fuck you, where's your God and all this. It's balanced, and if anything, it's attacking people who do enforce beliefs and stuff like that. It's balanced, it's humanistic, and it sounds fucking excellent.